Here are the 10 reasons why you should replay PC games that you already finished long ago if you have upgraded or bought a brand new PC. Reason number 1, to get the absolute best possible experience. If you are one of the gamers who played and even finished a lot of PC games like Battlefield 3, Batman Arkham Knight, Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, and The Witcher 3 at medium or lower graphical settings, barely at 60, 50, or 40 FPS, or maybe below that, on your old generation PC or laptop, and now, in recent times, you bought a brand new PC with the latest hardware components. If so, then yes, you need to revisit those older games now on your new PC. You can now play almost all those games at the very high or max preset at 60 or 100 plus FPS on your brand new system. With the increase in visuals and performance, you will be getting the new generation experience on your old games catalog with the best possible version of the game, depending upon your hardware and on the game's limitations, of course. Reason number 2, finding hidden details. Most players don't see various unique and hidden information, objects, and details present in the game during their first playthrough. Since they are playing the game for the first time, they tend to focus more on learning newer ways of completing the missions, rather than seeing the visuals, especially when the game has a linear setup. So, after your first playthrough, you become more familiar with the game and its mechanics. So revisiting that game after a few months, or a year maybe, you would notice many details in the quality and visuals of the game. Hey, you might also find some new funny and weird bugs in the game before others. Who knows? Don't forget to record the moment whenever this happens. Reason number 3, New Game Plus. This is a feature in recent video games where you can start playing the game from the beginning, but now with all the upgrades, weapons, skill sets, and the powers that you have unlocked after completing the game for the first time. Starting your second walkthrough in the New Game Plus mode, you can enjoy the game from start to finish, everything in a totally different way, as you now have access to all of your previous unlocked items. This is kinda a new-gen feature. You could find this New Game Plus mode in almost every games released in 2020 and after that. And yeah, it increases the replayability value of any game. Reason number 4, unlocking achievements. Well, there's a high chance that mostly the games that you want to revisit might have no New Game Plus feature integrated. So in this case, don't worry, you might even try to earn the achievements associated with the game by completing each task specified in the game's achievements section. There are many rare Steam achievements that you can earn and showcase on your Steam profile. 100%ing any game's Steam achievements is another level of satisfaction that you might love. But let me remind you that some games do not come with the achievements feature. But yeah, the number of game titles being released in recent years on Steam, most of them typically have achievements support in their games. So there's no need to worry about it much. Reason number 5, nostalgic refreshment. Now, even today, if we see some toys in any local store, or any other stuff that we used to have and play in our childhood times, then yeah, that particular thing takes us back to our childhood through our memories. Similarly, if you revisit any game that you haven't touched for years, then yeah, you might get serious nostalgia from that game after you boot it into your system after so many years. Listening to the soundtrack, watching the intro cutscene, and playing the very first mission, everything will flourish your memories of the good old times. Yeah, it's a temporary feeling, I know that, but it feels good remembering how video games used to be back then in the early 2010s period, mid to late 2000 era, and before that. Yep, you might get sad if you compare those times with today's time period, but still, nostalgia is one of the key factors why you should revisit your backlog of games, especially when the new releases are taking months and years of time to become stable. Reason number 6, they are easy to run. There are a lot of games released until 2020 that are absolutely worth visiting nowadays. Since these are not the latest or newly released games at all, they do not require you the latest and greatest and the most powerful CPU and GPU combos possible. Even if you built a 1080p PC system with the latest generation hardware, you can easily play all those previously released games at 1080p Ultra or Extreme settings. Heck, you can even play them at 1440p or even at 4K resolution from high to max settings at 60 or more FPS. Sounds cool, right? Yeah, unless there's an FPS cap or limited options available. Reason number 7, modifications, aka mods. If you want to enhance the game more visually and overall quality-wise beyond the game's limitations, then yes, you might want to install an open source application called Reshade. You can increase the graphics, add modern stuff like ray tracing if the game doesn't support it, and use several other quality of life features depending upon each game. You can further install custom mods to replace your game's characters with some other characters, and change the game's environment to get a completely new and different experience in that game compared to its vanilla form. I greatly appreciate the modding community for supporting the games that we love but are abandoned by their own making studios. Modding is one of the great things that helps to keep old video games alive. And that's a huge fact, there's no denying that. Fallout London is such a reference, a huge-sized mod made by Team Folan that adds many elements from other Fallout games to experience a completely different game in Fallout 4. It is available on GOG, so you can check it out from there. Reason number 8, new major updates. This is also a fact that there are still many good studios that try to keep their old games alive as much as they can. Like, in late 2023, CD Projekt Red released the new-gen version of The Witcher 3 where we got a ton of quality-of-life improvements, including new-gen features like ray tracing and modern upscaling technologies. Also, companies sometimes release an important patch, which fixes many major issues you might have faced while playing the game on day one. This same type of incident happened to me. I pre-ordered SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake, and completed that game within 5 to 6 days of its release. And later, after 3 to 3.5 months down the road, THQ Nordic provided a major patch for that game, fixing all the flaws that the game had and making it 99% stable. So yes, if you already finished games like The Witcher 3 and SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake, before the arrival of their major patches, then yeah, maybe it's time to revisit them today. Most importantly, in case of next-gen upgrades, you don't have to purchase anything or pay any money to access the new-gen version of the game most of the time, like in The Witcher 3, hence this is a free upgrade. There are more old-gen games from different studios and publishers that got free new-gen patches, like Fallout 4, Black Sad, and No Man's Sky. I absolutely love it when studios and publishers decide to bring new things into their decade-old games. Kudos to the developers for this. Reason number 9. Multiple endings. Even if the game has no next-gen upgrade available, that does not mean that it is not worth playing again. Many games come with multiple endings and alternate paths, especially the ones that mainly belong to the choice matter genre. Games like Detroit Become Human and the Walking Dead Telltale series are such examples. Even if you can, you should never get back to the previous chapters before completing the whole game. It will make your game experience very bad that might cause you to lose interest from that. So if you completed any such games a long time ago, then it might be the time to revisit some of those Choice Matters games, to see what consequences and alternate endings are waiting for you. Many people say that games from this Choice Matters genre have no replay value, but it is not true. If you love such games, then yes, there's still a significant portion of replay value available in them, but yes, it is very limited. And now, last but not least, reason number 10, make your game purchases worth every penny. What do I mean by this? Well, if the game that you want to revisit has no replay value at all, then you might still want to revisit that particular game. Since you bought the game with your hard-earned money, it is always worth picking up any finished, or even any unfinished game if there's any, from your game library that you played long ago and never finished, or finished and completed only one time. I know, you do not like all the games that you bought. Some games might be a disappointment for you to play again, for the second or third time. But here, let me give you my example. When I played Gotham Knights for the very first time, I did not like the game that much, mainly due to its poor storyline implementation and character writings. I finished the game last year, but was not that satisfied with how the main story ended. But after approximately 1 year, that is in 2024, I decided to install the game again from my Steam library. And after I started playing the game in New Game Plus mode, then seriously, I began loving Gotham Knights again, and this time, even more, after starting my second walkthrough. It is mainly the storyline and the plot structure that ruined my experience in the game, but everything was almost fine. So, I ignored the story aspect of the game, and due to this, I really enjoyed Gotham Knights much more in my second playthrough than before. And don't worry my friends, I never compared Gotham Knights with Batman Arkham series, because we should never compare gold with copper, right? So, to conclude, you might also want to revisit the games that you somehow completed or left unfinished. You know, giving them a second chance just like I did with Gotham Knights. And lastly, if you are finding a game not worthy to replay or revisit it later, then please try to change your perspective towards that game. You can then enjoy the game even more than before. But yes, there are some exceptions here too. In this way, you can make sure that the money you spend on that game is at least worth your playtime. You know, Don't let your purchase go to waste by not dropping it in the middle of the road. I hope that I was able to make you understand my point here. And with all that being said, friends, let me know about your top 5 favorite PC games of all time in the comments section below. Also, if you want to ask any questions to me, then also comment them below. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you later. See ya!